And you're welcome. It's time for the dailies, the headlines. At least we'll let you guys know what to find when you get to picking one for this morning. I'm not alone. We've got Mary, the fire, in here today. Mary, you're welcome.
Fire?
Fire.
Okay. I'm happy to be here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's start the dailies for this morning. I'm going to start with the big ones from the Guardian newspaper. We have these headlines here. Falling consumption, weak sales threaten FMGC businesses and groups. What do you expect if people can't afford to buy these things that they could have alternatives for, especially if these alternatives are easy to acquire? There's a chart here. An average Nigerian spends $62. That's 48,000 naira monthly on food items. I'm not sure if that is a correct 48,000 naira on food items. Mary, how much do you spend?
On average.
On average.
Yes.
It's putting us in a bunch, but personally, how much do you
the
spend?
fact that you have a higher purchasing power, there are people who have far lower purchasing power. So when there's a balance created, 48,000 there.
Yeah. The chart will show you what it obtains across other African countries. It's a very interesting review. On with the headlines here. LP seeks clarity from PEPC over judgment copies issued to APC. And can Catholic bishops decry worsening hardship in Nigeria? Forget bailout pay, living wage, NLC tells government. And how endless internal rows diminishes status of once revered MBA. That's what you find on the front page of the Guardian newspaper this morning. What paper do you have, Mary?
All right. I have the Nation newspaper. And the Nation newspaper has this as the major headline. Tinubu strikes multiple deals with Germany, Korea, India. World leaders pledge more interest in agriculture, fintech, education, defense. German Chancellor for Nigeria next month. President in UAE to resolve bilateral disagreements. Down here we see 26 dying Niger boat accident. Eagles wallop Sao Tome by 6-0. Interesting. Yesterday, I actually watched that match. And I remember when it was like 2-0, then 4-0. 4-0 was like in the 88, 89 minutes. And I thought it was over. And then I saw 6-0. And I'm like, wait, what? But then, of course, we'll talk more about that during the beautiful
Insider
game.
Sports, yes.
Yeah, still on the Nation newspaper, federal roads collapse across states. VP directs urgent action on Jalingo Yola Road. Governor seek maize quick intervention. Wheat production gets $163 million boost. That's exciting news because Nigerians consume a lot of it. U.S. scientists develop artificial kidney. Finally, people can breathe. President fed to Igbo with appointment, says Soludo. Acquisition of bank, CBN deputy governor quizzed. United Nigeria 6 slots into London, Dubai, other routes. For those who do not know what United Nigeria is, that's more or less the national carrier for Nigeria. And then Ogun government, Daniel's wife clash over vandalized plaza. Now, that plaza is also major news because it was recently demolished.
Yeah.
And there's a story around it as well.
It also makes an appearance on the Daily Times newspaper. Let me read these headlines here from the Daily Times.
Yeah.
Huge row over demolition of former First Lady's 1 billion naira plaza. They came with thugs, police at night, said aid. Victim, senator, husband, governor in same APC. Building violated Ogun laws, says government. And Yoruba safer under Buhari than Tinubu, asks PDP chieftain. Well, a lot about this. The story continues to expand as you read it into other issues. So you might want to take a look at that one from the Daily Times newspaper. Let's move on now to our other paper.
I think I should look at the Punch newspaper now.
Okay.
And the Punch newspaper has this. National Assembly polls tribunals to decide 400 cases and sitting. 7 Delta representatives, others to know fate this week. Tribunal sack Kano NNPP lawmaker, Imo PDP representative. Plateau governor gets verdict today as tribunals decide poll petitions in more states. Here we also see Morocco earthquake victims rise to 2,122 children worst hit. That earthquake, my goodness. I wonder, where were you when you first heard about it? It was on Saturday.
I heard about it yesterday morning, actually.
Oh, goodness. I was at work, on radio on Saturday, and that morning, I kept hearing the numbers increasing. I remember when it was 235, went up to 500 plus, went up to 700 plus. It was like
So that would
a
happen
movie.
because it's not something that is commonplace.
Yeah.
In that kind of a
So it
place.
wasn't like the
Otherwise,
government,
you'd have- yeah,
anticipated it.
yeah, exactly. But
2,122.
it was a scary figure. Quite frankly.
Gosh, okay. Well, still in the Punch newspaper this morning, banks' bad loans hit 478 billion naira amid economic downturn. States get 1.5 trillion naira FAAC allocation in 6 months, and that's coming from the NEITI. Federal government foreign airlines meet as flight disruptions worsen. Down here, we see 24 dead, 30 rescued in Niger boat accident. NDLEA seizes 399 explosives, illicit drugs, grandma others arrested. And finally, again, Ogun ex-governor Daniel's wife clash over plaza demolition. Wow.
A lot to take in this morning.
A lot
if
to
you're
take
planning
in, really.
on
A
seeing
lot to
any
take
of the
in.
Papers. But hey, you should also let us know if you find any one of them very interesting. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. We would love to know or hear what it is that you think, your opinion on all of these. Mary, want to say thank you very much.
Thank you so
Don't
much.
go anywhere. We're still going to need you here on the show. But
I think I'm the one who needs you next for the beautiful game. Like, what is...
One thing I will say is over the weekend, I'd had the opportunity to experience the roads, the worsening situations of the roads in Nigeria.
Where were you at?
I went all the way to Benin. Most of the roads all the way to Benin from Ore is actually quite peachy, quite great. But from before then, the Oguns and the states from before, not very good state. And I'm hoping that something is done about that, especially now where you have a situation of bad or no subsidy and your fuels are more, fuel is more expensive.
You don't want to spend more being on the road.
So I'm hoping that's so Titi, back from the weekend, we're hoping that something is going to happen inside the kitchen that will blow our minds. So what's happening in there with our chef?